The execution chamber on Theta Station stank of ozone and fear. Marcus Kane knelt on the cold metal floor, wrists bound behind his back with energy cuffs that hummed against his skin. 3 Vorak guards loomed over him, their chitinous exoskeletons gleaming under harsh overhead lights. The largest one, Commander Thex, ran a clawed appendage along the plasma rifle pointed at Marcus's head. "Any last words, human?" Thex's translator crackled, turning his mandible clicks into cold, precise English. Marcus tried to smile through the blood crusting his split lip. "Yeah, you're making a mistake. The mistake was yours. Stealing classified Vorak technology, evading 3 system patrols, and crashing your pathetic ship into our station." Thex leaned closer, compound eyes reflecting Marcus's battered face 1,000 times over. "The Council has ordered your immediate execution. No trial, no appeals, just justice." "Justice?" Marcus laughed bitterly. "I was framed, you oversized cockroach. I'm a cargo pilot, not a thief." Silence. Thex raised the rifle. "Prepare to..." The door exploded inward. Not with fire or force, but with a controlled detonation that turned the reinforced titanium into molten slag. Through the smoke stepped a figure that made the Vorak guards hiss in alarm. She stood barely 5.5 feet tall, covered head to toe in form-fitting tactical armor the color of burnished copper. But it was what rose from her helmet that caught Marcus's attention: 2 triangular ears, russet-furred and tipped with black, twitching independently as they tracked sounds. A fox, or something very much like one. Her face was mostly hidden behind a visor, but he caught a glimpse of golden eyes and a sharp, delicate muzzle. A thick, bushy tail swayed behind her, the same russet color as her ears. "Step away from the human." Her voice was female, crisp and utterly calm despite the 3 plasma rifles now pointed at her chest. "He's mine." "Impossible." Thex's mandibles clicked furiously. "This is Vorak territory. You have no jurisdiction here, bounty hunter." "Actually," she pulled out a holographic display that filled the air with legal documents, "I have a certified warrant from the Galactic Bounty Commission, superseding local authority. Marcus Kane is wanted alive for questioning regarding the Arcturus Station incident. Your execution violates GBC Protocol 7 Alpha." Marcus's mind raced. Arcturus Station? He'd never been there in his life. Thex studied the documents, compound eyes narrowing. "These appear legitimate, but nothing. The law is clear. Surrender the human or I invoke Standstill Protocol." She said it casually, like mentioning the weather. The chamber went deathly quiet. Even Marcus, with his limited knowledge of galactic law, knew what that meant. Standstill Protocol was a relic from the old wars, a legal nuclear option that froze all military and legal proceedings within a star system pending GBC arbitration. It could take months to resolve, years if lawyers got involved. "You wouldn't dare," Thex hissed. "The economic impact alone? Try me." The fox woman's hand moved to a device on her belt. "I've got nothing but time and a very healthy contract payment waiting for me. Do you have authorization to freeze all Vorak commercial activity in this sector for the next 6 months?" Thex's exoskeleton rattled with agitation. The other guards shifted nervously. Marcus could practically see the calculations running through the commander's head. the political fallout, the financial losses, the career-ending consequences of triggering an interstellar incident over one human prisoner. "Take him," Thex finally spat. "But if those documents prove fraudulent, bounty hunter, I will personally hunt you across every system in known space. Get in line." She strode forward, fearless despite being outnumbered and outgunned. With a device from her belt, she deactivated Marcus's energy cuffs. They fell away with a clatter. "On your feet, Kane, we're leaving." Marcus stumbled upright, his legs cramping from kneeling so long. She grabbed his arm with surprising strength, steadying him. Her grip was firm but not painful, and even through her gloves he could feel claws. They backed toward the ruined door, the fox woman keeping herself between Marcus and the Vorak guards. Her tail lashed with controlled precision, like a counterweight maintaining her perfect balance. "This isn't over," Thex called after them. "The council will appeal. Good luck with that." She tapped her wrist console, and a shimmer of energy surrounded them both. A personal shield generator, military grade. "Come on, human, move." They ran through Theta Station's corridors, emergency alarms blaring. Marcus's ribs screamed with every step, courtesy of the Vorak interrogators, but he kept pace. The fox woman moved with liquid grace, her sensors alerting her to threats before they appeared. Twice she pulled him into side passages just as patrol units rushed past. "Who are you?" Marcus gasped as they descended a maintenance shaft. "Call me Vix." She dropped down 3 levels without using the ladder, landing in a perfect crouch. Her tail flared out for balance. "And save your breath, we're not clear yet." They emerged into a docking bay where a sleek ship waited, all curves and predatory angles. It looked like something designed by someone who understood both aesthetics and lethality. The hull was the same burnished copper as her armor. "Inside. Now." Vix practically threw him up the ramp. The ship came alive at her touch, systems humming with barely contained power. Marcus barely had time to strap into the co-pilot seat before she launched, blasting away from Theta Station with enough acceleration to flatten him into the chair. "They're scrambling pursuit fighters," she muttered, hands dancing over controls. "Hold on." What followed was the most terrifying 5 minutes of Marcus's life, and he'd survived 3 hull breaches and a solar flare. Vix flew like she'd been born in a cockpit, threading through debris fields and using the station's own defense satellites against the pursuing Vorak fighters. Her reflexes were impossible. She reacted to threats before his human eyes could even register them. "How are you?" he started. "Better visual processing, better reaction time, better spatial awareness." She banked hard, and Marcus's stomach attempted to exit through his throat. Perks of being Vulpinian. Vulpinian? Fox people human. Try to keep up. She triggered the FTL drive, and space twisted around them in a nauseous lurch. "We're clear, for now." Marcus slumped in his seat, adrenaline draining and leaving him hollow. "Okay, so, thanks for the rescue, I guess, but I've never been to Arcturus Station. Whatever warrant you have is fake, obviously." Vix pulled off her helmet, and Marcus got his first clear look at her face. She was beautiful in an alien, unsettling way. Her muzzle was elegant and sharp, covered in fine russet fur that darkened to black around her eyes and nose. Those golden eyes were huge, positioned slightly forward like a predator's, with vertical pupils that contracted in the ship's light. Her ears swiveled toward him, and he realized they could move independently. "You made up the warrant?" Marcus demanded. "The Standstill Protocol threat?" "The Standstill Protocol is real. The warrant was creative interpretation of GBC regulations." She grinned, showing sharp white teeth. "Don't worry. By the time the Vorak figure it out, we'll be long gone. I don't even know you. And I don't know you, but I know you didn't steal Vorak technology." Vix called up a holographic display showing news reports, legal documents, grainy security footage. "You were framed. Very professionally, I might add. Someone went to a lot of trouble to make you look guilty." Marcus studied the evidence, his blood running cold. The footage showed someone who looked exactly like him breaking into a Vorak research facility, downloading classified data. But he'd been on the other side of the galaxy that day, running a routine cargo haul. "Why do you care?" he asked quietly. "You're a bounty hunter. Why risk everything to save me?" Vix's ears flattened slightly, embarrassment. Anger. He couldn't read her expressions yet. "Because the people who framed you killed my brother." He was investigating a smuggling ring, got too close to something big. They made it look like a shuttle accident, but I know better. She pulled up another file, a Vulpinian male, slightly darker fur than Vix, the same golden eyes. "Kale, my twin. He was chasing the same technology theft you're being blamed for. Right before he died, he sent me a message. 'The human is innocent. Find him first.'" "I'm sorry." Marcus meant it. He knew what it was like to lose family. His own sister had died in the colony wars. "But I still don't understand what this has to do with me." "You're the key." Vix's claws tapped against the console, a nervous gesture. "Someone framed you specifically, not randomly. That means you have something they want, or you know something they can't let get out. Either way, keeping you alive keeps my investigation alive. So I'm just a tool for your revenge? Call it what you want. But right now, I'm the only thing standing between you and a very painful death." Her tone softened slightly. "Look, I get it. You didn't ask for this. But like it or not, we're in this together now. The Vorak want you dead. The people who framed you want you dead. And the GBC will want both of us dead when they realize I forged that warrant." Marcus rubbed his face, wincing when his fingers found bruises. "Perfect. Just perfect. What's the plan, then?" "We find proof of who framed you. We expose the smuggling ring. We make sure my brother's death meant something." Vix's eyes hardened. "And we survive long enough to do it. That's not much of a plan. It's what I've got." She leaned back in her chair, tail curling around the armrest. "Unless you have a better idea." Marcus didn't. He stared out at the swirling colors of FTL space, trying to process everything that had happened in the last hour. Execution chamber to fugitive on a bounty hunter's ship, saved by a fox woman with a fake warrant and a vendetta. "Why the fox thing?" he asked finally. "Is it genetic engineering or evolution or evolution? Vulpinia has harsh seasons, multiple predator species. Our ancestors who could see better, react faster, work in packs, they survived. Everyone else didn't." Vix's ears swiveled toward him. "Why do humans ask so many questions?" "Curiosity keeps us alive." "Curiosity got my brother killed." But she said it without heat, more sadness than anger. They sat in silence for a while. Marcus studied his unlikely savior, noting details. The way her tail movements seemed to telegraph her emotional state, lashing when agitated, curled when relaxed. The constant, small adjustments of her ears, processing sounds he couldn't hear. The predatory grace that never quite left her movements. "You saved my life," he said quietly. "Whatever your reasons, thank you." Vix's ears perked up in what might have been surprise. "Don't thank me yet, human. We've got a long way to go and a lot of people who want us dead. Save the gratitude for when we actually survive this." "If we survive this," Marcus corrected. "When?" She met his eyes, and he saw the fierce determination there. "I didn't lose my brother just to fail, and I didn't trigger an interstellar standstill just to get us both killed. We're going to figure this out." "You're very confident for someone who just made enemies of the entire Vorak Empire." "I'm Vulpinian. We're persistence hunters, human. We don't give up." Her grin showed too many teeth. "Besides, I've got you now, and you're going to help me whether you want to or not. What makes you think I can help?" "Because you're still alive despite everything. That takes either incredible luck or incredible skill. Either way, I'll take it." Vix pulled up a star chart. "First stop, Arcturus Station." "Real visit this time. Someone there knows why you were framed. We just have to find them before they find us." Marcus studied the chart, his mind already working through possibilities. Cargo routes, contacts, favors owed. If someone had framed him, they'd made a mistake. They'd given him a reason to fight back. "All right," he said. "I'm in. But we do this my way, careful, methodical, by the book. I just forged a GBC warrant and threatened the Vorak with economic warfare. I don't think by the book is an option anymore. Then we improvise." Marcus managed a real smile for the first time since his arrest. "You've got the speed and reflexes. I've got the planning and connections. Between us, we might actually pull this off." Vix's tail swished thoughtfully. "Partners, then?" "Partners." He extended his hand. She took it, her grip firm despite the claws. "Try not to get yourself killed, human. I've invested too much effort in keeping you alive." "Same to you, fox girl." "Vix," she corrected. "And it's Vulpinian, not fox girl." "Right, sorry." But she was grinning, and Marcus felt the first flicker of hope since this nightmare began. The Vorak guards had been ready to execute him. Then a fox bounty hunter triggered a standstill with nothing but courage and a brilliant bluff. Now they just had to stay alive long enough to uncover the truth. Simple. As Vix set course for Arcturus Station, Marcus settled into his seat and tried not to think about all the ways this could go wrong. He'd been saved from execution by a vengeful bounty hunter with forged credentials and a personal vendetta. What could possibly go wrong? Everything, probably. But for the first time in weeks, Marcus Kane felt like he had a fighting chance. And sometimes that was all you needed.